Oh, this is Phantom of the D20 here, and today we'll be looking at the fighter. The fighter, pretty much summed up, means that you're good at everything to do with combat. You have high HP, proficient in every kind of weapon, proficient in every kind of armor, and you have extreme versatility on the weapons on the kind of playstyle you want to go as. So pretty much, all summed up, you're literally just gonna be good at fighting things. Just pretty much there are three main types of fighters in my opinion. There's the two-handed fighter, the fighter with a big stick, the shielder, the fighter with a medium stick and a shield so they can block attacks from big sticks. Archer, the person who's a coward, doesn't want to get hit by a big stick and instead runs back and shoots things with this very weirdly shaped stick. Part of my terrible drawing. If you want to play a fighter, I suggest any race you want, but humans make especially good fighters because fighters can benefit from high strength, dexterity, constitution, and, depending on what archetype you want to pick, intelligence. But if you want to play a melee character, mountain, dwarves and half-orcs both get bonuses to strength and constitution, and half-orcs get slightly less constitution, but also get things like savage attacks, where the critical hits deal extra damage. If you want to play an archer, there are plenty of ways you can go, but high elf, in my opinion, is good because it gives you +2 dexterity and also has intelligence, which benefits one of your archetypes. Now, if you're wondering what archetypes are, we'll get to that in a moment. Well, let's look through the fighter's abilities. So the fighter gets 1d10 hit points per fighter level. That's a lot. That's above average. Along with proficient with all armor and shields, along with super weapons and martial weapons. They get high strength and constitution saving throws, and they get quite a bit of the skill list. But fighters aren't supposed to be skill players. And at the start of the game, you can just give yourself this equipment or buy your own equipment with gold. I suggest if you're a new player, just picking these. Chainmail or lever armor longbow and 20 arrows. That's your choice. But that's kind of a choice between melee and ranged right there. Then you get to choose your martial weapon and a shield, or 2 martial weapons, a light crossbow and 20 bolts, or 2 hand axes and a dungeoneer's pack, or an explorer's pack. Yeah, honestly, it all depends on which of these 3 main types of fighters. There's also dual wield fighters. But if you want to play a dual wield fighter, you should probably just play a ranger instead, because so at level 1 you get a fighting style. Archery. Archery, you get a +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons. Defense, while you're wearing armor, you get +1 to AC. Dueling, when you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you get +2 damage rolls with this weapon. Great weapon fighting, when roll 1 or 2 with big stick, and you get to reroll it. Protection, if you have a shield, you can literally become a support class and try and block an attack towards an additional foe. And 2 weapon fighting, if you say screw it and just want to play ranger secretly. Now dueling, in my opinion, justifies shielders, because shielders get extra AC, and if you pick dueling, extra damage. So that's how shielders can deal extra damage and make up for the loss of less damage than two-handers, because they just get +2 damage anyways. So yeah, choose whatever fighting style is good for you. Then on that second win, if once on your turn, you get to heal yourself. Once the clerics ran out of cure wounds spell slots and paladins used up the lay hands, second wind just heals you. That's what you get at level 1, and these are actually quite powerful because all the fighting styles except great weapon fighting are pretty good, but dueling and archery are probably the best. But then again, you can get both of those by playing Ranger 2. Spoiler alert. And you got Second Wind, which will make you a healer, except only for yourself because you're greedy. Action Surge at level 2 means that you literally get to take an extra action on your turn, like once every now and then. That's literally all. And then there's your martial arts type. So champions are just good at raw physical power. And at 3rd level, they get get a critical hit on 19 or 20. So usually you have a 5% chance to get a crit every attack, but now you have a 10% chance to shoot this. And is that right? Yeah, that's right. And then later on, you get 18 to 20, which is 15%, and that's really cool. Battle Master, I can't pretend I understand how you play Battle Master because it's just so complicated. Like superior, if you could figure it out, you deserve a Nobel Prize. And please, if you do figure it out, explain it to me. Eldritch Knight. Now, Eldritch Knights are an archetype that needs intelligence. Why? Because Eldritch Knights get spellcasting. Yay! It's basically if you get bored of just hitting things with an axe and you want to hit things with a fireball too. Or if you're jealous of the wizard bragging about how his magic missile auto hits, you can just choose Eldritch Knight. Now, you don't get as powerful spells, but you can be a very powerful hybrid. Like, using Action Surge, you can cast Fireball to just wreck enemies, and then on the same turn, any enemies that survive, you just stab in the face with a big stick. And you also get Weapon Bond, which literally means you can teleport weapons back to your hand. So if someone steals your weapon, you can yeet on them. And yeah, that's pretty much the archetype. And finally, I'm only going up to level 5 because I'm not going up to level 20. That would take forever. Extra attack. Beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once. That's it. Now, Eldritch Knights get the spellcasting off of wizards, so off the wizard spell list. So I'm just gonna quickly turn to wizards spells and point out a couple of things that the fighter could do good on the 1st level list. I already said fireball. Wait, I already said fireball. But you could also deal from if you want to play if you want extra defense, you could play shields, and if you already had chainmail and already had a shield, that would just be like you'd be pretty much unhittable at that weapon. If you if you want to use ranged attacks other than fireball, fireball's actually 3rd level, and since you have limited spellcasting ability, you won't get that for a while. Wizards get fireball at 5th level. You're gonna get it at 8th level. I honestly don't know. But if you want to replace fireball for now, just play Burning Hands. As I mentioned, magic missile auto hit, so you might want to keep that in case you facing anything with super high armor. And finally, sleep. If you want to put a foe to sleep, and then I don't know if there's Keep the Grey in 5th edition, but kind of just put him to sleep, and then that's a free hit with your axe or big stick. So yeah, that's how to play fighter. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Phantom of the D20 signing out.